workshop people, check this out. I got a story to tell you guys. It's hilarious, dude. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. It's a long time ago, man. So it's funny. That's just peep game. So when I was young, I had to be home when before the street lights came on and shit, and I was out there with my homeboys playing football and shit, and like they was getting close to getting home time, you know what I mean? But I was my homies, they was like, "Hey, we gotta go, we about to dip now." I was like, "Well, hold on, we can play a little more." They're like, "Oh, nigga, we ain't gonna get in trouble, nigga, you better bring your ass because you know what time it is, nigga." I was like, "Yeah." We did it, so they leave, you know what I'm saying? They do a moving, and I stay with these other kids down the block, down the way, and I keep playing football because I'm into something, playing hard as fuck, you know, having fun. And the next thing I know, I look up, the motherfucking street light is on already. Now I know my mama is gonna let me have it. She gonna let me have it. Hell yeah, she gonna let you have it. Cause you know you were supposed to be home, but you was out there being a baby. I even told you, hey, we need to do this. Whatever. And so I'm like, oh man, I'm old school, you know what I mean? I used to get my ass get spanked. I would get beat and all that old shit. Nigga, you got spanked, and that's what it was. The generation I was from, nigga, you get a spanking, that's what it was. You get spanked in the store, wherever you fuck up at. If your parents was with the smoke, you know what I'm saying? Discipline wants you to be good. Whatever the reason it was, how they discipline, that's what they did. It was the norm. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to get my ass whooped and get put on, be grounded and shit. So I'm like, fuck. I fucking rip my shirt, start rolling in the dirt and shit, dude. And I'm like, looking dusty as fuck. It was hilarious. And so I'm like, come on, let's go. So we start walking home, and we bend the corner, and then my friends, they're outside. We used to live in the projects, like, public housing type shit. And all the friends out there, and I was like, oh shit. And I told Terry, I said, nigga, you need to go ahead and fall back. Let me take over from here. And my friends, they come running up to me like, oh, are you like, and I fall down like, They're like, what happened? What happened? I said, I got hit. I got hit. And they go get his sisters. They run and get my sister, and they're helping me walk and shit. And my sister runs up. She's like, what happened? I was like, I got hit by a truck. And my sister was like, "Oh hell!" She grabbed me and when my mama come out, my mama was asking what happened. I was like, "Oh, I got hit by a truck." Blah blah blah. This motherfucker pulled up on me and yelled some racist shit at me, and then the truck just hit me with the truck and just took off. I was like, "What is it? What?" I said, then my mom like, "Oh," my sister's like, "Well, we need to call the ambulance, call the police." I said, "Oh no, we don't need to do that now. Don't be too hasty." And then my mama was like, yeah, but you could be bleeding internally and something. I can't take that chance, you know. So that's this far, you know what I'm saying? My mama's believing me, dude. She ain't worried about me that being dark and me just getting home. She's worried like my baby just got hit. I'm the baby of the family, you know what I mean? Spoiled one. And my mama was like, oh no, so we get in the house, all the little homies, all the little friends, all in front of coming in. So my mom said, now they on the phone with 911, though. And then I tell you, I'm panicking, nigga. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I didn't expect it to go that far. I just wanted to tell my mama I got here. I thought she'd be like, see, I wasn't bleeding, no broken bones, just to get her mind off of me being late. But nah, this shit started spiraling, nigga. So that's it. I hear sirens, dude. And I'm lay down. I'm laying on the couch and shit. I was like, The next thing, boom, police up at my house, guys. They're like, motherfucker, like, where's you? How you doing? What's going on? When did this happen? And I was like, about 30 minutes ago. And these motherfuckers was like, oh shit. What did the car look like? What did he look like? What did you get this thing? And they asked me all this shit. I didn't plan. I didn't think this far ahead. These are professionals, motherfuckers. They do this for a living type shit, nigga. I'm like, oh man, nigga, I was just trying to trick my mama. So these motherfuckers asked me like, what did the truck look like? I tell the truck, what did it look like? What did he look like? This and that, dude. So I just started going out freestyling. It was funny. I was sitting there like, you should let me come out and tell him something. And he didn't tell him, but you don't want me to say nothing. So I just sat there and watched your ass, nigga. Shut up. And so I'll tell these motherfuckers like, yeah, it described a truck that's made up some shit. Said there was like a W in the license plate number type shit. And now the ambulance is here, cuz you know what I'm saying? Boom, paramedics all up in that shit, motherfucker, taking my motherfucking vitals and asking where does it hurt and this and that. And now the police is down, they're back over here. They got a big ass piece of paper telling me to draw the way I was walking and the way that the car came and exactly where. And should I show them exactly where I got hit and all this shit, dude? And with the friends that I was playing with, did they see it? Because you know what I'm saying? I was like, my mom said, yo, he's up playing with his friends down the street. And did they see it? Were they out there? I was like, no, mama. Did they just happen to go inside to get something to drink? I was the only one out there. I was on my way home. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, dang, nobody was like, no, nobody saw. So the police is sitting there. I'm telling you, I had to draw the way these mother that said I was walking, the way these people came, how they hit me, and all of this shit, dude. And the paramedics is sitting there, they're ready to take me to the hospital now, cuz they're ready to put me on the gurney and go take x-rays and all kind of other shit, dude. And I somehow convinced them like that, that I'm okay. I'm just shook up. I'm just shook up, you know what I mean? Bam, 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 so the police leave, everybody leaves, and boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got away with the shit, dude. Like, everybody was being nice to me. They was giving me, like, my mom was making my favorite food. I didn't get in trouble. Got to watch whatever I wanted to watch on TV that night. I was like, oh, shit. I did that shit, boom. Fast forward now, you know what I'm saying? I never told nobody ever, dude, until I got grown and had my own kids, dude. And that's what I told my kids that story and shit, And they were like, what, Dad? I can't believe that grandma doesn't know. Like, nah, I never told grandma. Like, never, you know what I'm saying? Like, never told nobody this. You guys are the first people I've ever told this story to that I fabricated. They're like, dang, that's crazy. I'm like, I know. So about a month or two later, my youngest son, he had been getting into trouble at school and shit. And I told his butt in the morning when I dropped him off, I said, okay, check this out. Now, if I get a call from that teacher, if you get a yellow light today, boy, you best believe, nigga, on that ass, I got business belt to ass when you get home, nigga, because I'm not playing that shit. I'm not going to sit there and keep being embarrassed. I volunteered there. I was well known, very, very involved in the school and shit, you know what I mean? Very, very involved. So they all knew me to teach them. They had no problem calling me and nothing, dude. So I was like, all right, cool. So school probably started around 7:30, I guess. I get a call, and no bullshit, 8:30 in the morning. I get a call, and he don't even just get a yellow light or something or a warning to bring a letter home. He fucked up so bad that the teacher called me at 8:30 in the morning and told me this little dude was doing this, and I was like, oh, God. I was like, oh, he thinks I'm playing. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, well, don't worry. It'll be addressed as soon as he gets home. And now it's my wife at the time, it's her day off, so we kick it all day. We watching the movie, we sipping on a little wine, getting, feeling, I'm tipsy as hell. And so my son gets home from school around 2:15, 2:30. We lived close enough for him to walk home. I took him in the morning because it was cold at the time, but he walked home with his other brother. No, he walked home by himself this time. And so I'm sitting on the couch chilling with my bitch watching movies and shit. And he comes in, I'm like, what's up with your day? He's like, it was good, man. He said, somebody was trying to kidnap me just now. I was like, oh, is that right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm giving him a pass because he knows that I know that his teacher called me. You know what I mean? So I'm giving him a pass because I've been sipping and I didn't want to start trying to discipline him while I was under the influence of any kind of alcohol or whatever the fuck. I was gonna wait till later till I was had a clear mind and everything, and I just didn't want to address it at the time. So he should have taken that and ran with it. No, there's somebody trying to kidnap me just now, Dad. I'm like, oh, is that right, dude? I'm like, that's crazy. He was like, yeah, man, I barely got away. Like, I run from this dude. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever, dude. And he was like, I can't believe you don't believe me, Dad. That's crazy. That's all you gotta say is really. So I'm like, oh wait, he's like, this nigga serious? So I'm looking at him. I said, for real, cuz, did that really just happen? He said, yeah, Dad. And my wife's stepson, he's grown. He was there. And I'm like, for real? I said, dude, I'm not playing. For real, Dad. I don't know to play. He starts crying and shit. I'm like, oh shit. So I grabbed the heat. Then I'm like, nigga, well, shit. Well, come on, we jump in the whip, man. And I'm pulling around. I'm like, cause like if it's true, like I don't want anybody else's kid to, happen to get kidnapped. And my son told me he almost did, and I just didn't believe him, and I could have saved another kid the next day because he got away. You know what I mean? So boom, we jumped in the whip, man. I'm driving around looking for this motherfucker, dude. My son's describing this dude to the T, dude. And we pull up on this motherfucking van, dude. White van, white dude, suspenders, old dude, man, look like damn near Santa Claus. This is what this little nigga told me. And we pull up on a motherfucker that looks just like that down the fucking street, dude. I'm like, oh, this little nigga's not lying. Nigga, so I'm pulling up. I got the heat, nigga. I'm like, get in the back. And I'm like, this nigga, is this him right here, son, huh? I'm on the side of this motherfucker. I'm about to raise this motherfucker and peel this motherfucker's muffin cap back blue. And he like, no, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm hot, boy. I'm hot. I'm like, nigga, you sure? Like, nigga, you describe this motherfucker that looks just like this. Like, what? Like, nigga, I was like, okay, nigga. So we drive around the park a few times, nigga. I don't know. So I started thinking, like, this little nigga lying, dude. Like, he's lying, dude. Like, he's lying. And his siblings are all like, oh my God, Dad, like, I can't believe that happened to him. I'm like, yeah, I called my daughter. I'm like, you know what? I said, when y'all get him up in there, start talking to him and let's see if it really happens. You try to, because I said, I don't believe him. My daughter, what, you don't believe him? I'm like, he's not lying, Dad. Blah, 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 blah. And my wife was like, why would he lie like that? There's no reason to lie. Blah, blah, blah. I told my wife, I said, he got in trouble today at school and he don't want to get his little ass whooped right now. Nigga, I said, nigga, they're like, nah, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. This really happened and shit. So where we lived at, we own a home, but it was like in a gated community kind of type shit. But we had a clubhouse and all kind of shit. So when you first come in, the cameras they get all the way to the fucking street. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, okay, well then shit. And then that happened. I said, well, tell me what happened. And so my son's like, okay, I was walking, I got in here to the complex, and this van pulls up behind me, pulls it to the side of me, and he's like, hey, what's up, little boy? Why don't you get in my van? I was like, and he's like, I told him, I looked at him, and I said, no. And then I kept walking. He was like, pulling on the side, kept following me, and I was getting ready to run. He said, but then I stopped, and I was like, I had my backpack on. I was like, it's going to slow me down. So I took my backpack off, and I hung it up in the tree. And then I started coming down, walking towards the house, and then I started running. And I was like, and then what was he doing? I'm like, he was still in his van. He's like, yeah, he was behind me, chasing me. I'm like, cuz there was like 4 or 5 houses of your friends that you could have stopped at that were safe places before you even made it to our home, dude. We live like 5 streets down, and like he had plenty of places he could have stopped and been safe at, dude. He's like, yeah, I didn't think I was just scared, Dad. I just took off running. I was like, so he's just chasing you in his van, and I said, what kind of van he got that he can't catch you and you running, you just on foot? He's like, well, Dad, I do run cross country. I'm like, this nigga. I'm like, you run, okay, bet that shit, nigga. So he's like, yeah. So I just boomed up. I said, so when did he stop and turn around? Like, what made him turn around? I don't know. When I turned down our street, he stopped and he knew where I lived and knew that you were. I was going to go get you, and he took off. What? I was like, okay, dude, right, right. And so they were the shit. They all made me and him. And my wife's like, we need to call the cops and let them know that there's a kidnapper out there on these streets. I'm like, what? I'm like, nigga, no. I'm like, there's nobody. I just say, I'm telling you, my baby wouldn't lie like that. I know this and that, whoopty wop wop. So I go try to get a nigga tell. I said, check this out, cuz. I said, your mama gonna call the police right now, nigga, and make this report, dude. I said, and if they come down here and we go to the clubhouse and they pull up this, they got cameras, cuz, and they pull up the video and they don't see nothing that you said, your mama could go to jail for false reporting. You know what I mean? Cause I wasn't gonna call them, nigga, because I don't like police contact. You know what I mean? I was just like, no. And so I'm telling my wife, she's like, but what if? I was like, okay, bet that shit. You do what you got to do. So she calls 911, calls and tells them my son got kidnapped, blase, blase. Police pull up deep. They sheriffs, nigga, sheriffs. We lived out there in the rich white land, nigga. White wife and shit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker pulls up on us nigga, and I go to the room. Nigga, so I could hear them talking and the police asking us questions and shit, telling them he is brave, blase, blase. And so then they like, I said, but the clubhouse has camera footage. We could probably get the footage from there. And the cops, oh yeah, well let's go up there then. So my wife and the police, the sheriff, they pull up to the clubhouse type shit. And Romy, my son, he's still back here chilling. And the kids are like, oh, dang. And I'm like, cuz. I said, then you better hope you telling the truth, nigga. I said, because when this video come back and it don't show nothing that you said, nigga, I said, that is your ass. I said, you thought you was going to get in trouble earlier for this shit at school. I'm like, boy, that is your ass, nigga. I'm not lying, Dad. I'm telling you the truth. What do you think I'm lying for? I can't believe that, man. You're supposed to be my dad and believe me. You don't care that I was getting the guy. Yeah, okay. I believe him. Like, all, he had the siblings all like, Dad, you're mean. I can't believe that type shit. And so then my wife, she comes back and she's like, she comes in the house, nigga. I don't see no sheriff's with her or nothing, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? She come in the room. She's like, well, let me tell you what happened. She said, we went up there to pull the video footage up of what happened. And she had to wait for them to get there so they could go in the office and do the shit. And they do the shit and they try to pull it up and there's no footage. It's all static. It didn't record shit, dude. I'm like, oh, this lucky little motherfucker. She was like, yeah, didn't have no footage. She said, so there, the police were like, well, here's my card. If you find out anything, give me a call type shit. And they was getting ready to leave, and this little old ass lady walks up in there. She's like, pushes this little plug in, and bam! There it is. The whole footage, the cameras work, everything goes just of course. So the police go back in there, dude. They rewind it to the exact time that this nigga gets out of school. And my wife records it on her phone from there, and she says, then just hand it to me. So this little nigga comes around the corner. He comes from school, walking, skipping, kicking rocks, balance beam walking on the curb. He's sitting there trying to catch butterflies and shit. Stops, hangs up his backpack. There's no sign of no van, nobody, no predator coming up. He's not in any danger. And he just proceeds to start walking home, and he walks out of the camera view. But we sit there. There's no van, nothing comes in, nothing at all. There's nothing there. His backpack's hanging over everything. So she shows me this video. So I'm like, I told you that little motherfucker was lying. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go show this little nigga this shit and let him know that we know that he's lying, and that's his little ass, Mr. Postman. So go up to my son, I'm like, come here, cuz. So you want to tell the truth now? Yeah, what? What did you what? I said, you want to tell the truth? He's like, I told you the truth. So I pull out the video and I show this nigga, I let him see him. And he's just looking at the shit. So I'm like, yeah, nigga, you're cooked. You're cooked. You know what it is. My mother come clean. He said, oh, see, they didn't get it, Dad, because it didn't happen when I came here. It happened on the street. It happened on the main street. I said, so you telling me where the crossing guards are at, and there's traffic always backed up because the school zone 15 miles an hour, so it's always at that time traffic backed up. And you telling me that nobody stopped to help you, and you ran all the way. Why didn't you just turn around, go to the cross guard, run around, go to the school? They're like, stop it. You're like, no, he tried to get me on the street. I didn't say it here. I'm like, dude, cut the shit out, boy. I said, you're cooked. You're in trouble, dude. So I'm heated, though. I'm heated. So I don't even want to address it because I'm so mad. You know what I mean? I don't like to discipline them when I'm mad like that, dude. So I remove myself from the situation. I go to my room. Son goes to the room, and siblings coming in and say, what happened, Rome? He was lying. I'm like, hell yeah. I showed them the video. They couldn't believe it. They're like, what? Dang, he's lying, dude. And so they go back and run, and he's like, I'm not lying. I'm just lying. It just didn't get the part where I said this. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. So we going to the store later on, and my daughter, she's funny. She's like, dang, I can't believe you lied, dude. He's like, I didn't lie. It did happen right there. She said, we saw the video. Just stop it. It didn't happen. Yes, it did. It did happen. It didn't happen right there. It happened over there. Like, and then none of it made sense. I just snapped. I just stopped the car. I was like, I get out. There was a minivan. I slide that door, but I said, check this out. I said, cut this shit out, boy. I said, you say one more thing about the shit, dude. I said, you're going to make me ground you until you're 35. I said, I don't give a damn if you ground. I said, you're going to be ground forever, dude. I said, stop lying about the shit, dude. Admit the shit, dude, and we can move on from the shit. Now, mind you, this little dude, he wanted to still try to stand on business and say that didn't happen. Yes. You can come in. That's fine.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right, that's good. This is already done.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want to save this one?
Sure, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. By the way, my name is Rose Lily.
Rose Lily, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yes, yes.
Let me put
You
this
got
one.
it. You got it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Alright, and you are. What's your last name, sir?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you do the same.
Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Okay, now so back to this little dude. So he's sitting there. Where was I at? Where was I at? Where was I at? Where was I at? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's trying to still say that this shit happened to us. Dude. I'm like, dude. And so I ground his ass. Dude. I don't even discipline him up until like the next day he gets disciplined. And I take his phone. I take everything from this little dude, man. And he just sitting there like, I'm like, you're gonna be like this until you end up telling the truth. So he was grounded for like about 2 weeks. And this little dude, this whole 2 weeks, he don't want to say that he was lying. And we got the video proof to show it. I'm showing them every day to say like, look it, show me where. Here, like, yeah, what? He don't want to talk about the shit, right, dude? So this little dude, he was like in what, fourth grade when that shit happened, dude. So like periodically during the years, I would just bring the shit up and start clowning saying, "Oh yeah, when you ready to tell the truth now, Romeo? Remember when you got kidnapped and shit?" He's like, "No idea." So this little dude held on to that lie until he was 17 years old, and he finally told the truth that he made it all up because he got in trouble at school that day. That shit is crazy. And I knew right then, but I knew back then once he told me that line, he stood on that shit. I was like, oh boy, I can't trust you for shit, boy. I said, cause you gonna stand on. I said, then I just gotta go with my gut with you, boy. I said, cause there is no line. Like some people be like, all right, well you got me. No, he didn't have that. He didn't have that. That little he didn't have that. You could have had a GoPro on him. He would have said this shit still happened. And I was like, dude, that doesn't make no difference. You should like. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. Yep, but that's the story of him trying to take the story that I did. That's what he did. He remembered my story and he tried to piggyback off of that and try to be like, well, it worked for you. That'll work for me. But no, it didn't. But thanks for listening, guys. Man, you guys are helping me out a lot, helping me get through this rehabilitation and this helping me stay sane. If you stay to the end, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, tell people about it, man. And remember, we don't turn down nothing but the street we live on. Let's get it. Bye bye. Don't forget me, Terrible Terry.